Hey, it's Andrew from Delivery Slip. Today we're going to be talking about message recall. So message recall is a feature that allows you to essentially block access to a message that you've already sent and block access to any of the files or secure documents that were sent along with it. So I probably don't need to tell you about examples where you'd want to kind of unsend a message, but some popular ones are, let's say you send a message to the wrong recipient by accident, you send a message that has some errors in it, or maybe your recipient forwards it to people that you never intended. If for any reason you want to block access to that message, recall is the feature that you want. So let's take a look at how it works. Okay, so I'll start by composing a new message. We'll go new secure message and add some recipients. And I'll add a secure file as well. Add a subject, and I'll add a message body. Great, and I'll send it. Okay, so let's go into one of the recipients' inboxes and see what they see. So here's Derek. He's received this message, and he can open it like this. Okay, I can see from the delivery slip that now I've read it, and maybe I want to forward it. Forward it to Matt. Great. Okay, now at this point, let's imagine that the original sender, me, wants to put a stop to this message thread and block the content. This is how I do it. I'll head into the sent folder, and here's the message. Okay, so I can see from the delivery slip that Derek has read the message and he's forwarded it to someone else. And maybe now I realize, oh, I sent it to the wrong person, or the content is incorrect. For whatever reason, I want to put a stop to it. Let's do it. So I hit this big red recall button. Now you notice that here there's two options, a regular recall, which is this green button, and a total recall, which is probably our best named feature that we have. The difference is if I do a regular recall, that recalls just the message that I sent. A total recall will recall basically the entire thread. Any of that, so that forward we sent before, that will be recalled. This message could have, or this thread could have hundreds of messages in it. They'll all be terminated if I do a total recall. So let me add a reason into this box for why I'm recalling. Oops. This was for someone else. And I'll do a total recall. So that'll also recall the forward that we did before. Okay, so the recall is done. A couple of things have changed. First, you can see the styling here in the message list is now changed. It's red to show that it's recalled. These buttons here are now grayed out. That's because nothing else can now happen with this thread. No more replies can happen, no more forwards. Everything's been stopped. As the sender, I can still see this message body. I mean, I wrote it, so it makes sense. And over here in the delivery slip, the things that had happened previously, those are still green, right? They still happened. But every other bubble is marked red. That shows you that nothing else can now occur in this thread. So let's go over to the other inbox and see what's changed over there. Okay, so here's Derek. You can see that he can now no longer read the original content. The delivery slip is now all in red. That means that Derek does not have access to any of that information. And I can see here, I can see Andrew, my reason that I wrote, oops, this was meant for someone else. So at this point, Derek can't read any of the content anymore. He can't reply, he can't forward, and that forward that he sent originally, that's also been blocked. So that's it. That's how recall works. As always, if you have any questions, you can reach us at www.deliveryslip.com/contact-us. Thank you.